This is The Wire for 1500 Zulu, March 1st, 2026. Precedence is priority. Information cutoff is 1400. Bottom line up front. War continues in Middle East. U.S. consulate under attack in Karachi. 9 rioters killed as U.S. Marines defend the compound. Ayatollah confirmed dead following airstrike. Missile and drone strikes continue around the region. Beginning with international events, in the Middle East, yesterday afternoon, President Trump confirmed the death of Ayatollah Khomeini, who was killed in an airstrike in Tehran. Most of his senior advisors were also killed in the same engagement. On the maritime front, this morning, one commercial tanker vessel was struck by an Iranian drone, with the crew of the merchant tanker Skylight abandoning ship after their vessel was hit in the Strait of Hormuz. A few hours ago, a second tanker was reportedly struck in the strait, with the merchant tanker MKD Viam being struck, also attempting to transit the waterway this morning. Analysts comment. Of note, the Skylight does not appear to have been attempting to transit the strait and has likely been anchored in the same place for a few years. This vessel was actually serving the Iranian oil industry and was on the U.S. sanctions list, so the Iranians appear to have targeted one of their own ships, possibly so that the Americans couldn't make use of it. Significant strikes have been reported at the Jebel Ali petroleum terminals in Dubai, and satellite imagery of Ali Al Salam Air Base in Kuwait has confirmed that the base fuel point was hit, with the fuel bladders and blivets at this location burning overnight. All total, drone and missile attacks have remained constant throughout the day and night, with the various interior and defense ministries of the following nations providing data on how many interceptions have been conducted overnight. Qatar reports 65 ballistic missiles and 12 drones intercepted. Bahrain reports 45 missiles and 9 drones intercepted. Jordan reports detecting 49 missiles and drones combined, 13 of which were intercepted. Israel reports over 200 missiles and drones intercepted. The UAE reports 137 missiles and 209 drones detected, 195 of which were intercepted successfully. Kuwait and Saudi Arabia have acknowledged strikes targeting their countries, however neither have confirmed how many drones or missiles have been intercepted. Analysts comment. Note that these figures only encapsulate the munitions that were successfully intercepted and shot down. Most countries don't want to publish the data of how many drones actually made it through their defenses, so the figure for how many strikes have been conducted so far is hard to discern. This time around, all belligerents are exercising good operational security, so details of strikes are often hard to find via social media. This is most sharply demonstrated in Israel, where hundreds of strikes are occurring, but difficult to pinpoint on a map due to the exact location of strikes rarely being reported. In Pakistan, overnight, riots broke out at the U.S. Consulate General in Karachi, which rapidly transitioned into an attempt to breach the American compound. After some time, rioters breached the outer security cordon, and U.S. Marines, which had taken up defensive positions inside the facility, opened fire on the intruders before they could breach the secondary line of security around the perimeter. Analysts comment. Details are extremely hard to verify, however local sources claim that a total of 9 Pakistani rioters were killed during the engagement so far, and the Marines have successfully held the key terrain around the consulate for the past few hours. However, tensions are rising, and if the videos of the riots are any indication, Pakistan is not up to the task of defending the American compound, as rioters were allowed to breach, destroy, and set the outer cordon of the American diplomatic post on fire, with no Pakistani security anywhere to be seen. Analyst comments for this wire. Around the United States, various efforts are underway to enhance the security posture of various locations and entities. In Texas, Governor Greg Abbott has activated service members to take part in Operation Fury Shield, a defensive operation to strengthen security at critical infrastructure sites around the state, in the event that retaliatory efforts via lone wolf actors attempt to conduct attacks within the homeland. Similarly, the NYPD in New York is increasing patrols throughout the city, and several military bases around the United States remain at an elevated security posture. Right now, these efforts are probably being conducted out of an abundance of caution. However, it does confirm that at least someone is thinking about the potential for events overseas to impact the homeland in the form of terrorism. This has, of course, been a concern for decades. However, based on the widening war in the Middle East, it would be wise to remain vigilant and situationally aware for the next few weeks as the conflict continues to inflame tensions here at home. This concludes The Wire for 1500 Zulu, March 1st, 2026.